I'm feeling A-okay this morning for some reason or the other. I'm feeling really, really good. Saying good morning and welcome to another edition of a Good Morning Grenada. Yes, here on the K105, Hot 98, and also via GBN TV. Good morning to our social media platforms this morning. However, you're viewing us via YouTube, good morning to our YouTube viewers. What about viewers via Facebook?
Very nice.
Good morning to you also.
Very nice.
And thanks for making Good Morning Grenada, of course, your program for getting your day started and just moving through for the entire day. We certainly appreciate that. And let me send it over to my partner this morning. My partner, let's say good morning to Gary. We all part of G Squared. Hey, Gary, good morning. How you doing, my brother? How are you this morning? Hope all is well.
Morning.
Hey, man. What's up with you?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good. How you guys doing? Good morning. Welcome. It's Good Morning Grenada. Hope you guys are feeling great, feeling fresh, feeling alive. GT, what's going on, man?
Well, I was saying in my intro this morning that I'm feeling really, really good this morning. Yes, health-wise, physically, everything. I'm just feeling good this morning. So I'm anticipating a good day for the rest of the day. You understand?
That's good to know. That's good to know.
What about you, man? What about you?
For all those viewing.
What about you, man? What about you this morning?
Well, you know, the same old cry with me now. Got about 2.5 hours sleep last night. And here I am this morning, but hey, no complaints on my side.
We know the routine, my brother. We know the routine what it's like these days. Yeah. You know, it just happens the way it has to happen. Hey, Gary, due for a short break. Let's take it. And when we come back, we're getting to the meat of the matter here on Good Morning Grenada. We're coming right back after the short break. Don't touch your dial.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere.
If there was a product that helped with the cold, flu, bronchitis, sinusitis, laryngitis, and allergies, and still does deep cleansing for your pores to restore natural beauty, would you get it? Yes? Well, there is. The 2-in-1 facial and nasal steamer is here, and it's available locally at the Boss Collection. The 2-in-1 facial and nasal steamer provides deep cleansing while clearing nasal passages and loosening impurities. Get yours now from the Boss Collection, booth number 6 on Halifax Street, St. George's, opposite Farm and Garden Center, or in Grenville by Rachel the Nail Tech, upstairs Superstore, opposite Peter's Photo Studio. Call or WhatsApp the Boss Collection on 954-600-0200. If you or someone you know has been involved in acts of love and kindness, tell us. This Valentine, we want to know who has been going above and beyond to improve the lives of others. GBN, in partnership with Coyaba Beach Resort and Duty Free Caribbean, will be rewarding 3 individuals this Valentine in the GBN Acts of Love promotion. Let's show some love to someone who has been showing love. Simply send the name and contact for the person being nominated, as well as a short description as to why they are being nominated. Entries can be sent via email to gbnproduction@gmail.com or via WhatsApp 435-2041. Entries must be in by midnight February 10th. The winners will be announced on February 11th. It's the GBN Acts of Love promotion.
So we're back here on the Good Morning Grenada. Once again, to the viewers and listeners out there, hope you're also having a great morning. Hey, back with you, of course, Gary on his side. Of course, he's at his remote studio as always and taking care of business. Easy for him. He's at his remote studio, a little or no hassle in terms of getting to work. He just have to be at work. Easy as that, right? Anyway, hey, Gary, good morning to you once again, my bro. Well, Gary still got some commercials playing on his side, so I'll, of course, roll through for the the time being. Let's say good morning to those of you who are, of course, just getting things organized in terms of what you got to do today. Probably, you there's a little extra time you're going to be spending at work, so you're probably preparing a lunch today. I may not be able to get out and go purchase if you usually do that, so you get a little snack, prepared. All good for you. Let's get set to rolling to V. Of course, segment of the program this morning where we call the word of the day here for you. And Gary, let's get set and kick into the word of the day for today, man, as we continue here on Good Morning Grenada. Are you ready for me with the word of the day, Gary?
I am certainly ready for you. I'm anticipating a little feedback here, so let me sort that out. And this has been sorted out.
It's all good. It's all good. Let's get the word of the day rolling.
Let's jump straight inside. Of course, your word for today, which is disheveled. Disheveled. All right? Disheveled spelled D-I-S-H-E-V-E-L-E-D. That's right. It's an adjective. And it means marked by disorder or disarray. All right? Her hair disheveled and his clothes wrinkled. The late student had clearly overslept. Kind of sound like me this morning, boy.
Yeah, you're disheveled this morning, Gary.
I know what I see, and and what I see is a team that's somewhat disheveled, and that's on me. Somehow, I do not have the ability at this point in time to affect my players to make sure that they are in a better place mentally and physically to play the kind of basketball we need to play. So the word disheveled in a sentence that you can use throughout the day today once used in context. All right. Yeah. Disheveled, once again, your word of the day.
All right. So that was your word of the day for today. We're getting set for a thought of the day. And, we like to give you thoughts that would just guide you through the entire day. And, putting Gary's word of the day in perspective this morning, there are a lot of folks who probably getting up a little bit disheveled this morning for some reason. Yeah, they're just in disarray. Yeah, things are just not going the way they wanted to be. Hey, let's get into the thought of the day as we move through this morning. And the thought of the day goes like this: hope, but never expect. Look forward, but never wait. Put that into perspective for me, Gary.
Oh, one sec. Let's go again. The word.
We're talking about the thought of the day right now.
Yes.
Hope, but never expect. Mm-hmm. Look forward, but never wait.
Yeah,
thought of the day.
It's all about putting things into action. That's what it's all about, all right? We have a tendency where we sit down and we expect, but we never take action. We sit down and we look forward to, but we never get up and take action. So today's thought has to do with action. That verb called action. Take action. Take definitive action, of course, towards your future, all right? It is said that, of course, you will never change your current situation unless you change what you're doing. Let that change be a change of action, to go out there and definitively do what you have to do instead of sitting down and expecting and then and looking forward to something without, of course, putting in the work. All right. It's where preparation, of course, meets what they would say. Life is all about luck. Preparation meets luck, but you have to be prepared at all times. All
right. Wonderfully put together, man. We get it set for a health tip this morning as we move along here on Good Morning Grenada, G Squared, GT, and Gary. Don't forget the number if you always want to participate, whether it's by WhatsApp or you can call in 435-2041. That's 435-2041. Hey, we getting set for a health tip. Compliments Mitchell's Health and Wellness Pharmacy, where your family's health is our business. Gary, the health tip for today.
Your health tip for today: if you want to prevent kidney stone, that's kidney stone formation and growth in your body, drink lemon juice. Now, the lemon juice will help to increase the levels of citrate in your urine to the point where it is known to inhibit the formation, growth of kidney stones. All right, for some of you out there suffering with kidney stones, boy. GT, have you ever suffered from kidney stones, boy?
I haven't. I know someone who, I had a close friend who suffered with that, and I could remember the pain. Remember the pain that they were going through, man.
That, hey, thy hell on earth, partner.
I have seen someone suffered with it, and and the anguish and everything that is felt from having it, man. The discomfort, man.
Now.
I know.
I mean, kidney stone. The word speaks for itself. It's like a stone in your kidney that you have to pass out, and it's not easy experience. All right, and women go through it as well, not just men.
Yep.
Keep that in mind. But here is a little remedy for you, so that you could don't wait until you start experiencing symptoms or signs of this. Right, you want to make sure you start dealing with it even before it starts showing its ugly head. And that has been your health tip for today, Grenada. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Grenada. It's time for your Did You Know segment this morning here on Good Morning Grenada. GT and Gary G Squared. Let me hit you up.
G Squared in the morning.
Yeah, let me hit you up. You Did You Know this morning, and I'm wondering if I falling into that. I have falling into that particular category. Mosquitoes prefer blood type O more than any other type. Mosquitoes prefer blood type O more than any other type of blood. So that's a little Did You Know segment there this morning.
Sometimes when you get bitten by a mosquito, somebody will say, boy, how mosquito only bite you? So, boy, your blood sweet. Maybe
I don't know.
Type O blood that you got.
But, I was reading up on that, because I don't know. I always have the tendency that mosquitoes just target me, Gary. Anyway, I go.
So, GT, you're telling me I don't know your blood type?
Honestly, I have never checked it out. To be honest, I have never checked it out.
You need to know your blood type.
I have never, ever.
For this thing, man. Today or tomorrow, you have to save someone's life. You need to know ASAP what's your blood type.
I agree.
Skip all the process of trying to find out.
I agree, Gary, but I have just never had the opportunity to figure it out. We talk about that the other day, where men have the tendency not wanting to visit a doctor. Would you believe? I'm so scared that I have to say that I haven't visited a doctor in like 25 years.
Well, that means you're in good health, DT. For what it's worth, that means you're in good health. But if it is that your only reason for not visiting the doctor is because you're scared of the doctor's office,
I'm not scared of the doctor, but I haven't been to a doctor in 25 years for some reason. Yeah, I haven't, man. Anyway, let's not go into that this morning. Let's not go into that anymore this morning. And we're moving up in time, folks. It's moving up to 20 minutes before the top of the hour this morning. Gary due for a break, and that break is going to lead us directly into the AM edition of news this morning. Yes,
sir.
Of course. So, folks, get ready for the AM edition of news coming up directly after the break. We're coming back a little after 7 a.m., just around 7:15ish or so, and we continue with Good Morning Grenada. Stay locked on, folks. We're coming right back, and don't forget, after the break, it's going to lead us directly into the news.
President of the Senate, Chester Humphrey, is calling for more professionalism in the handling of administrative matters within the Parliament. As he notes time and time again, questions are being put forward by members of the House, but the answers are not immediately forthcoming. Jared Joseph has that story.
In what is being cited as an unprofessional approach to conducting the business of the Upper House of Representatives, President of the Senate, Chester Humphrey, has raised concerns about the administrative duties of Parliament. The issue was first brought to the fore by Leader of Opposition Business, Senator Tessa Sincere, as questions were being addressed during the sitting of Senate on Tuesday, which she believes were not given the proper responses.
The question I'm referring to was not partially answered. It was not answered. I had asked the question for a list of service providers, and a number was given. And you had instructed the Leader of Government's Business to provide that answer.
Leader of Government Business, Senator Simon, still maintains that the responses to the questions asked are being done to the best of the abilities of the respective ministries and departments, while noting possible ambiguities.
And it's difficult, it's actually impossible to keep track. We have to work with what is on the order paper, i.e. our responses and our preparation is specific to what we see on the order paper, not something that was discussed as if it were a committee session in a sitting.
Senator Humphrey says, while he understands Senator Steele's rebuttal, in this instance, the questions were in plain and simple language.
If your response is that there are 26 suppliers, then the question, the answer is not to that question. If the question was, could you say the number of suppliers, then a response of 24, 25, 110, 1,000 would be appropriate.
The president of the Senate adds that the office of the clerk must handle such situations with more precision, highlighting the seriousness of questions as part of parliamentary activities.
There needs to be an efficient mechanism which reminds the leader of government business, which communicates with the leader of government's business that these are the matters that are pending from the last sitting.
He says the office must bear some responsibility as the administrative arm of Parliament has failed to ensure a high level of efficiency and engagement during the parliamentary sittings. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Meanwhile, Labour Senator Andre Lewis is urging haste on the part of government in providing responses to the questions brought in Parliament. Senator Lewis's questions were regarding the possible sale of Gravel, Concrete and Emulsion Company, but the answers were deferred another next sitting.
The experiences of the workers, given the uncertainty that they went through. And I'll bear with me, Mr. President, just to give one particular example. Sometime last year, we got a report at the union's office that the workers were locked in, meaning that at the telescope quarry, when they were about to come out, the gates were closed, and they did not know what was happening, and it appeared to them as though ownership may have changed. And subsequently to that, about 3 or 4 days after, there appeared to have been a speedy haste to transfer the workers from Telescope to St. George.
The Labour Senator points to the importance of answers, especially in this case, which surrounds workplaces and livelihoods.
We could not provide answers, and we still cannot provide the answers because we do not want to mislead anyone. So on the government side, it is important, through you, Mr. President, that these matters be given the urgency and the attention that is required, because we need to provide answers. And we do not wish to just get involved in speculations. And because we have access to the Senate, where questions can be asked and official answers be given, it is extremely important to have these matters addressed. So I thought I should just bring that to the attention of the Senate so that the government side will appreciate to provide those answers on a timely basis for us.
Adversity was the highlight of the sermon of the annual ecumenical service on Monday to mark Grenada's 48th anniversary of independence. The 2022 Independence theme laid the foundation for this year's National Church service to commemorate Grenada's 48th independence celebration. Addressing the theme for the celebrations, Overcoming Our Adversity, Safeguarding Livelihoods, Protecting Our Future, Pastor Jamie Gordon of the Munlung Seventh-day Adventist Church said it is truly fitting as Grenada is currently going through a period of difficulty.
Today, I believe as we look at Grenada and the rest of the world, we are beaten with the waves of adversity. Unemployment has become public enemy number one. Persons are struggling to provide for their basic needs, and all around us, people are plunging in the sea of hopelessness and despair. As we continue to observe the times, the rate of suicide, the attempts are on the rise. Broken homes and broken marriages are the order of the day. Criminals are now multiplying. They are becoming bolder and even more brazen. And I believe that we can say even on this Independence weekend that beyond a shadow of a doubt, we can all agree that not only in Grenada, but the rest of the world as well, our period is marked by adversity.
Pastor Gordon was giving a sermon at the National Ecumenical Service on Monday morning, and he said the only way Grenadians can overcome adversity is to move forward.
The first point to face adversity, we must make the decision to move forward. Today I want to encourage my fellow Grenadians, despite the economic crisis and the social problems that we have, the only way that we can move today is to move forward. We as a people, we have been through many conflicts in our history. We have been sandwiched by natural disasters, but by the grace of God, the Grenadian spirit continue to propel us to move forward.
Religious leaders from different denominations all participated in the annual service, which was punctuated with singing and dancing from the Conception Dancers, the Police Band, and a touch of grace. now to other news. Added to the U.S. $30 million to be injected into government's coffers, a number of benefits are also included as the amendment order to the St. George's University Limited Act was introduced to the Senate today. However, there were varying issues of contention from some of the senators. We get the details from Jared Joseph.
Private sector Senator Christopher Diali believes since the nursing program available in Grenada was moved to St. George's University, the program has never worked as it ought to. This is as he lent his voice to the contributions to the amendment order to the St. George's University Limited Act, to which he commended government for the initiative. However, Senator Diali says the practical aspects of the program, when it was at TAMCC, specifically training via public hospitals and the Nurses Association, has been left out.
And that program, as a result, never saw the level of quality that it ought to. So I'm hoping in this particular agreement, and it's talk about the nurses program, that aspect of it can be sorted out. And I hear about extra work wanting to be done at our hospital and so on. I'm hoping that that aspect of the nurses program could be properly facilitated so that our nurses are trained to the quality and level that is required.
The private sector senator notes allocations for the US $30 million are lacking, while suggesting a certain percentage be used for the health sector, TAMCC and NIS.
I would have liked to hear something like a certain percentage going to the health sector and not going into the black hole of the consolidated fund, because you know what happens, Mr. President, when monies reach there. I would have liked to hear some going to TAMCC, for example. In the old years, the past years, TAMCC used to get, I think, a grant of $1 million from SGU earlier, and that was removed. And as you know, that institution continues to have serious funding issues.
Labour Senator Andrew Lewis, adding to the discourse, brings into the conversation that since SGU can forgo such funds, then no more than $2 million EC dollars can be used to pay off unvaccinated workers their years of service.
And therefore, we are demanding, the labor movement is demanding, that the workers be paid for the years of service. And not only SG, but any workplaces that have sent workers home. It is also important to note, because we must deal with all the positives and negatives. As we speak, these workers who have not been allowed to come to the compound to perform their jobs have not been paid for the annual vacation leave. And that is all part of the fight that the leader of government business has indicated in the struggle. So we are bringing this to the attention that we must look at both sides of the coin.
Additional scholarships, as well as medical support in the form of 2 full-time clinical members of staff at the public hospitals to be paid by St. George's University, are part of the new agreement between SGU and the Kit Mitchell-led administration. Senator Matthew Joseph, welcoming the legislation and its crafting, expressed his concerns, however, for government's plan for the scholarships and the university's conformity to the new agreement.
You know, in 7 years' time, SGU will be producing 22 new doctors. Let us look at our needs and do a needs analysis and see exactly where we are going to put them.
An experienced, fully paid public health professional to bolster healthcare among hospitals, and a volunteer program of experienced clinical medical doctors from SGU staff to provide service are 2 other benefits of the agreement. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
This is GBN's primetime edition of news. Coming up, Republic Bank brings the art of banking to inspire and reward Caribbean artists. Stay with us.
Tired of changing your baby's clothes? We have the perfect solution. Sleepy denim diapers, giving you that fashionable denim look throughout the day with the same soft touch. Look cool, look hip, rock in style with Sleepy Jeans.
Distributed by Sleepy Diapers Grenada Limited, Loafers Lane, St. George, and available at shops and supermarkets island-wide.
Let's start the new year on a high. a detox high, because it's detox time again at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Check out our many detox packages starting from $100 or get 15% off on colonic irrigation therapy. Detoxing can help with liver and blood cleansing, weight loss, constipation, acid reflux, kidney stones, heavy metal removal, gas and bloating, and more. Call or WhatsApp us 1-231-6642, 418-7115, or 449-7753. Ask about our delivery options. Visit us now. Bruce Street Mall, store number 1208, or Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area. Our opening hours are Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Detox your way to health. These specials ends on March 31st or while stocks last.
Get Rubigas. Get cooking. Rubigas, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Rubigas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. Rubigas LPG, clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Rubigas?
Get Rubis, get going.
Welcome back. Becoming financially healthy is the focus of a forum being put on by the Public Workers Union on Wednesday. President Brian Grimes says empowering members on financial literacy was one of the goals the PWU had for 2022. And with the advent of the loan program for contract workers within the public service, it was incorporated into the activity.
On that panel, you have Aaron Moses, who is a financial literacy expert. You also have Mr. Robert White, who is an insurance consultant. And you have Mr. Mervyn Lord, who is the general manager of the Grenada Development Bank. So it's a general financial forum, but workers will get the opportunity to ask any question they would like, whether it's regarding the loan, how to manage their funds, whatever it is, because it's badly needed. As an organization, we fight so that workers can have a living wage, but we must also at the same time simultaneously ensure that when increases come, that workers know how to manage it.
The forum is being done virtually from 2:30 p.m. and the PWU president adds that this event is the first of many forums for workers to learn how to manage finances and become financially literate.
So it's open to all. It's open to our brothers and sisters in the GUT. It's open to the Imanis who to learn, because Imanis are called Imanis, but in fact they are public officers. A number of them working 6 years and more. They are people also in a sense, even though they do not pay dues and are not officially at this time part of our bargaining unit, right? So we are just trying to empower as part of our mandate to inform and to educate. It's not always with our union about marching the streets and making noise. We also have a dual role in terms of empowering our membership and in fact the whole public service. So we inviting everybody in the public service to participate in this. It's not all the time you have an opportunity to question financial experts, insurance experts and so forth. Question, find out and educate yourself as to how to manage your money and empower yourselves economically and financially.
President of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Jude Bartholomew, is hitting hard at government, blaming the administration for the stress the nation's teachers are going through. Charian Blackman-Stephen has this report.
President of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Jude Bartholomew, is lashing out at government for what he claims is the failure to compensate teachers for upgrading themselves. Speaking on GBN's To The Point program recently, Mr. Bartholomew blames government for some of the psychological and emotional stress public officers are experiencing.
Since 2018-2017, they take the loan and to study online or wherever, or St. George's University or the University of the West Indies. It's not $2. Some instances 80, 90, sometimes 100,000. And these persons now, they cannot get the financial compensation from the very employer, the government of Grenada and the Ministry of Education, to pay back the loan. It is demoralizing, it is depressing.
Bartholomew is throwing the root cause of poverty among teachers and other public officers at the feet of government.
This persons from since 2020 and 2021. The Ministry of Education is now coming to tell these teachers, okay, what you must do is to bring in your certificates for yourself. You must sign your bond and you must sign anything. Now they are telling the teachers, carry in your certificates for yourself, In other words, what they are doing everything possible to frustrate these teachers from Tansisi and other places.
The GUT is calling on government to go back to the established way of dealing with matters concerning public officers.
The real poverty in Grenada, who is really causing probably workers to be in that poverty state, is the government of Grenada, because they are not remunerating the teachers and public officers rightly. Our salaries compared to the Eastern Caribbean and other countries in the region is very low compared to them, and we have to take so long to get a little benefit, going on the street to march and all those things. And at the end of the day, when election is close now, when you do all these insults and injury to our teachers and public officers, you come now just before election and you say, vote for me again, put me in power, do this and do that, to do the same thing to us and all people. That's what I'm saying. We have to free ourselves from this mental slavery and this thing that we are in.
GBN contacted Minister of Education Emmeline Pear, and she said this issue was discussed with the GUT last month and that a resolution to this matter is set for the first quarter of this year. She said there are different reasons why some people are not yet upgraded, including late submission of certificates. For people who acquired certificates from institutions outside of Grenada, those must be carefully assessed to ensure the universities are accredited and the area of study is in line with the policy and agreement with the GUT for approved upgrade areas. She said one of the reasons for the delay is that it was found that some teachers' studies are not aligned or related to the subject areas that they teach. Mrs. Pierre added that the union agreed with the Ministry of Education in relation to how they proceed with these cases, and that those are all before the Department of Public Administration, and were informed that they should be completed with the process by the end of March 2022. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
An initiative by Republic Bank Limited to help inspire and reward young artists has been launched, and it's an opportunity for creativity to be put on full display. The Art of Banking is the new initiative by Republic Bank Limited. It's targeted toward Caribbean artists as part of the bank's market engagement to build both awareness and relationships. Artists of the Caribbean over the age of 18 are to give their best interpretation of several of the bank's products and services. The themes for inspiration include credit cards, a new world of opportunity; TISP, the future protected; Right Start, From Young; RS-Teen, Out in the World; mortgages, finally home; and online digital banking, freedom through tech. A regional winner in each category will receive a prize of US $2,000, and in addition, there will be a regional People's Choice Award of US $1,000. Not only will the winners be given prize money, but the campaign will also serve as an opportunity for the artists to market themselves. The artists will have their work displayed not just at a regional level, but also on an international platform. Winners will see their artwork on Republic Bank's brand assets, including its digital channels and out-of-home branding. Artist profiles will also be done to introduce them and their unique artistic perspective to the world, and the exposure can open doors to other opportunities. According to Managing Director of Republic Bank St. Lucia, Michelle Palmer-Kiza, the creatives in the Caribbean region need some light and hope in the midst of a challenging time, in the absence of festivals and events that supported them financially and most of all fulfilled their calling. And now let's turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Akeisha John has been looking around the platforms.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz Report.
GBN's To The Point on Tuesday gave viewers and listeners the opportunity to share their thoughts on pertinent issues and other hot topics. Many opted to express their opinions on Grenada's independence, the hits and the miss. Let's take a look and listen. Ernesto Jose: yesterday I happened happened to listen the Prime Minister Independence Day speech, and what I heard was a Prime Minister preparing his supporters for a not too far election. Nothing of substances but political. I think Independence Day should be reflected on the achievements made within that 48 years that improved the life of Grenadians and the way forward in developments, and not trying to score cheap political points, because you knows the world is looking on. We saw it in Parliament, now on Independence Day. Prime Minister, you need to stop. Sonia Mathelin Scott, the problem is that Grenada had agro-industry. Why didn't they continue with same? So our fruits and vegetables would not have been going to waste, and more people would have been employed. Joan Wellington, the Education Department should implement a period of skill training in schools. Like any subject, this may help young children to build a career and the country having more self-employment instead of waiting on government for a job. And finally, Andrea St. B. Mitch says, meanwhile, the public library remains in a sad state. Closed, documents destroyed.
That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms. We take a break, but still ahead, Minister for Health Nicholas Steele says plans are ongoing to establish legislation that would govern the national health insurance. More news up next. For Health, Nicholas Steele says there are still plans to establish the national health insurance. However, like much other things, the COVID-19 pandemic has delayed the planned series of consultations. He notes, however, work is ongoing on the development of legislation that would govern the NHI, as the global pandemic has spotlighted its importance.
Behind the scenes, other things have been being done to prep in terms of electronic medical records, the strengthening of the health systems. Consultations continue on that part. So what you can expect now is, once it's safe enough for us to do that, the beginning of public consultations, public Q&A sessions, looking at and allowing you to dissect our national health insurance proposal, and for us to then put back together what is something that the people.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Vaccine safety is always a top priority, and this is no different from the COVID-19 vaccines.
The COVID vaccines that we have available are very effective and safe, and it is very important for elderly persons and frontline health workers and other frontline workers to get it, because these vaccines protect you from becoming ill if you get COVID.
As COVID-19 vaccines are approved for use in the general population, monitoring for safety continues. Each Each COVID-19 vaccine goes through the same clinical trials and rigorous study as with all other vaccines, with the focus on safety and efficacy.
Nothing goes into the nucleus, nothing affects the genetic code of the human. It is a very safe vaccine. This is a vaccine that we all need to take because it will keep us safe.
Vaccines bring us closer. Choose to get vaccinated.
Following the COVID-19 vaccination, some people may experience side effects such as soreness at the injection site, chills, nausea, body aches, or a fever. But these symptoms go away after a few days. These side effects are a result of your immune system responding to the vaccine and are not a sign that you are sick with COVID-19. The COVID-19 vaccines will not give you COVID. When you receive your vaccine, the health worker will advise you what to take if you are experiencing any of these side effects. Remember, these mild side effects cannot compare to you not being able to share memorable moments with your family and friends if you fall gravely ill from COVID. Vaccines bring us closer. Choose to get vaccinated.
Vaccines protect you and they protect me. Getting vaccinated is one of the most important things you can do to keep yourself and your family safe and healthy. Once enough people are immunized, opportunities for an outbreak of disease becomes very low. And if we all choose to get vaccinated, we contribute in getting back to spending quality time with our loved ones in a safe way. Choose to get vaccinated. Vaccines bring us closer.
That's not how you cross the pedestrian crossing.
Really? One day I just woke up and I saw pedestrian crosswalks on the road. No one really showed me how to use them properly.
Well, this is how it's done. You never cross before doing these things. They might save your life. First, when you get to the crosswalk, you stop. You look left, you look right. If there's a vehicle coming, you put your hand out, making eye contact with the driver, indicating that you want to cross. And only when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, you quickly cross to the other side.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact. Wait for pedestrian to cross to the other side, then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
My granddaughter.
This
So we're back with you once again. Good morning to you, Grenada, Carriacou, Petite, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the world. And I always seem to not say it enough. So before I get blamed again, let me say good morning to our listeners via YouTube, Facebook. Good morning to you folks. Thanks for being with us this morning once again. It's always a pleasure to have you viewing the show. And those of you via GBN TV, good morning. Thanks for making, of course, the option of viewing this particular show every morning. It's good morning, Grenada. It's G Squared and myself, GT, and my co-host Gary. Let's go over to Gary and say good morning. Gary, how you doing this morning?
Eating my pawpaw and minding my business this morning. That's what's going on.
You're eating your pawpaw.
That's what's going on here this morning.
You're talking like the regular anyway. You're eating your pawpaw and minding your business.
Yeah, man. Eating my pawpaw, man.
Yeah, man. Well, we of course, we got some folks who are going to be joining us shortly. In a couple of minutes, we're going to be talking to some folks and a bit of a chit-chat with them. And that leads into it's like a pretty busy morning for us, Gary. I would say that, right? Pretty busy morning.
It is.
Pretty busy morning. Usually around this time we chip into the birthday list, but we may have to of course hold that for the time being until we get this taken care of. So we're getting set to talk to some folks this morning. It's all about let me see if I get my info pertaining to this morning.
Ministry of Youth.
Yes, the Ministry of Youth, and it's all about youth connection. All right, this segment, we have, of course, some guests with us. We have Miss Wendy Freeman. She's the resident British High Commissioner here. We also have Miss Deborah Kojo, political and project officer of the British High Commission. We're chatting with both of them this morning. And we're talking about, of course, in conjunction with the Ministry of Youth, is about Commonwealth Day 2022.
That's right.
Let's get set to go over to our guests and say good morning. Let me see if I can guess who I'm speaking to first. Let me say good morning to Miss Wendy Freeman. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Mr. Telesford.
How are you doing?
Lovely to. Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
I'm hearing you fine. Are you hearing me fine also?
Absolutely. Pleasure to be on the program today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. Let's say good morning to Miss Deborah Kojo. Good morning to you, Deborah. How are you doing?
Good morning, and good morning to your viewers and listeners. I'm very happy to be here this morning.
All right.
To talk about our plans for Commonwealth Day this year. Thank you.
Welcome to both of you this morning. And of course, earlier on you heard me talking to my co-host there. I'm not sure if he'll be able to chip in, but Gary, if you're able.
Yeah, I'm not hearing the interviewees though. If I could hear them, that would be great.
I will. I'm trying to get them with you this morning, but. If I do that, you may run into a bit of a problem. Let me try this. See if you can get to them this morning. See if that works. Are you? So once again, Miss Freeman and let me say good morning to Miss Wendy Freeman. I'm always getting in trouble for calling people by their names. So let me say good morning, Miss Wendy Freeman once again, and Miss Deborah Kojo. Good morning to both of you once again. Let's get into the meat of the matter this morning. We get to discuss of course, the High Commission partnership with the Ministry of Youth for Commonwealth Day 2022, and let's kick it off this morning with a discussion. Let's talk about, before for the benefit of the should I say the listeners and viewers out there. Why do we celebrate Commonwealth Day? I'm not sure which one of you two would like to chip in on this, and as we move forward.
Okay, thank you very much, Glenn. Well, let's start. Commonwealth Day is the 14th of March this year. It's celebrated once a year. And also this year, in addition to Commonwealth Day, we have the Commonwealth Games at the end of July. That happens every 4 years. It's a bit like the Olympic Games, but it's the Commonwealth Games. And also in Grenada, a big event we have coming up the 30th of March is the arrival of the Queen's Baton, which is a bit like the Olympic torch that goes around the world. Mm-hmm. So the Queen's Baton goes around all the Commonwealth countries in advance of the Games. So we've got a big year coming up, and we're launching a competition. And I know my colleague Deborah's going to talk a bit more about this competition, art competition for secondary school children aged 12 to 16. So that's launching very shortly, and we've got some really nice prizes. and those will be the final of that will be on Commonwealth Day, the 14th of March. So there's lots of excitement this year.
All right. Well, I know usually the day is usually held on the first day, or should I say the first Monday in March, usually. But this year, of course, it'll be held on March the 7th. Am I correct about that?
Yeah, I think it's usually the second Monday of the month. Last year it was the 9th of March. I know that because it was my birthday. But this year it's the 14th, which I think is the second Monday in March. That's the rule.
It's not the 7th, but the 14th.
That's right. This year is the 14th of March. So next year it will be the second Monday of March, whatever date that is.
All right. Now let's talk about the history of Commonwealth Day, the significance of the day. You could share some information about that to our viewing and listening public this morning. Give us some information about that, about the history and the significance of the day. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I will. So it's the day that all the members of the Commonwealth come together to celebrate all that is good and all that we share, all our values that are shared with the Commonwealth. Now, this Commonwealth is a voluntary organisation of 54 countries, including the UK and Grenada, most of the Caribbean, most of the English-speaking countries around the world, including countries like Australia, Canada, India, but also including some other countries that are not normally English-speaking, Rwanda, Mozambique, Cameroon, which applied to join the Commonwealth in recent years. And member states are connected through shared values of democracy, human rights, and rule of law. And the organisation has a rotating chair. Currently, the UK is the chair in office, which changes every 2 years when the heads of government meet. The heads of government meet up every 2 years. Obviously, COVID has sort of scuppered that a little bit. We haven't had meetings as often as we like, but hopefully that will start again this year. Now, the 54 countries around the world comprises of about 2.4 billion people, which is a third of the world's population. So really, it involves a huge number of people around the world. Right. And the organisation works to promote democratic values, increase trade, amplify voices of the small states, and tackle global challenges. And an example of that is climate change and the work of the Commonwealth on climate change at the COP26 conference in Glasgow last year.
Right.
It has a network of over 80 intergovernmental civil society organisations, cultural and professional organisations connecting citizens of the Commonwealth, and also a number of programmes for children and young people. So it's a huge organisation, does a huge lot of good benefit, and it's a really positive thing in this world, in this changing world.
All right. Now let's talk about some of the games, the achievements over the years. Tell us something about that.
The games, yes. So this year, the games are being held in Birmingham, which is a city in England, end of July this year. Last games were held in Australia 4 years ago, and before that, I believe, in India. I'm not sure where the next games in 2026 are going to be yet, but cities can bid to host the games, a bit like the Olympic Games.
All right.
And the difference is very similar to the Olympic Games, but the Commonwealth Games obviously is athletes from the 54 member states can compete, but also the difference between that and the Olympic Games is athletes with a disability are included as full members of their national team, so they don't have separate Paralympic Games. There's just one Commonwealth Games inclusive of people with a disability as well in their national teams.
Right.
And also the last Games in Australia, 2018, was the first global multi-sport event to feature an equal number of men's and women's medal events. So
all right.
There's a couple of interesting facts.
Exactly. Now, what about some of the projects that were done by, of course, the High Commission and so forth? Just for the benefit of the viewers and listeners, again, tell us something about that, some of the projects that were done.
Yes, so I can talk about the Commonwealth, certainly. So in the last couple of years, the UK government has given £500 million towards Commonwealth projects, covering themes of prosperity, fairness, security and sustainability that benefit Grenada. I can just give a quick rundown of them. Commonwealth Marine Economies Programme, which is helping small island states, including Grenada, protect their marine environments from climate change. So what's happened for Grenada is that UK agencies have developed a bespoke maritime economy plan together with a program of technical assistance that was handed over to the minister last July. And I know the UK is now looking at the funding the technical assistance to get that plan up and running. So that's quite a big achievement. We also have helped with small island states and Grenada with trade facilitation. The UK has been working to help smaller countries in the Commonwealth adopt faster, more efficient customs procedures, help reduce the cost of doing business and increasing trade within the Commonwealth. Also, the UK has funded subsidised office space in New York for some of the smaller member states to have an office at the United Nations in New York, and to benefit from some UK-funded advisors to their delegations on human rights and trade in both New York and Geneva. Also, the Commonwealth Partnership for Democracy has supported the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association to assess themselves against benchmarks, recommended benchmarks. That includes the Parliament of Grenada as well. We work very closely with Mr. Augustine at the Parliament of Grenada.
Okay.
Cyber security for elections as well, and cyber awareness campaign. We've been funding an organisation called Get Safe Online, which have been quite prominent, I think, in the media in Grenada. They developed a website giving advice to people in Grenada how to help scam and how to avoid scams and keep themselves safe online, and trained a number of trainers to get the word out to how to keep safe online. And financial resilience to natural disasters. So Grenada benefits from UK-funded work by the World Bank to help countries develop financial strategies to cushion against climate and disaster shocks. So those are some of the things that Grenada has benefited from the Commonwealth, particularly funded by the UK. There's also, I should mention, Commonwealth scholarships.
All right.
There are a number of scholarships on offer each year through the Commonwealth.
It seems to be a whole lot. There's a lot of gains. So, I mean, you could go on the whole morning telling us about all the gains, all the projects and so forth. Now, we're talking this morning specifically about the youth connection, and in terms of in collaboration with the Ministry of Youth. I'm not sure if Deborah's going to chip in on that, but it's all about youth parliament, and what's the role in terms of the High Commission? What's the role they play in this and so forth in collaboration with the Ministry of Youth?
I'll let Deborah talk about
I'll let Deborah talk. Deborah been waiting patiently.
Thanks for the opportunity. So the Youth Parliament is something that the Ministry of Youth puts on each year. It's not an event that we always partner with them on, but the very first year that the High Commission opened its doors, or reopened its doors in Grenada, we partnered with them on that. Last year we also supported, but this year it's taking a bit of a different turn. We're actually launching what we refer to as a creative art competition. And we are still working with youth because this is open to students between the ages of 12 and 16. So students within the secondary school level and not primary school. Okay. So as the name suggests, creative art, the expectation is that students will, be able to explore their creativity and innovation and so on, put that into the project that they will be completing. It is an art project, so it will involve paintings, drawings, collages. They can use recycled materials, new materials. It's all about,
Is there a particular theme? Is there a particular theme for this art competition this year?
Yes, definitely. So the theme for this competition is portraying the Commonwealth Games and its values. And we'll just leave it there because part of the activity involves some research. Okay. So without saying too much about the values of the Commonwealth Games, students will be required to do some research and learn about the Commonwealth as an organization in general, but then specifically about the games itself and what it's all about. Wendy touched a bit about that in terms of the diversity and the gender equality and stuff like that. But of course, the students will be required to do some research and include that as part of their project.
All right. I understand you don't want to spill too much to get them all. We know how kids are. These students students these days are very smart. They listen attentively. So tell us, prizes to be won. What are those prizes?
Yes,
you know,
we have some
what are the criteria, etc. Tell us.
Prizes. Some lovely prizes. So first place, we have a Microsoft Surface laptop.
Good.
Second place, a Samsung Galaxy tablets. And third place, it's a wonderful deluxe art set. So all three prizes are beautiful, really, really good prizes, really attractive prizes. So we hope that this will encourage participation, encourage the students, to just, take part, and you have nothing to lose, really.
All right.
So, we just want to encourage, the nation's children. Once you qualify within the ages of 12 to 16, you are eligible to participate. And in addition to me saying this, we are actually officially launching a bit later on this morning, and we will be circulating the official flyer. So that will be on our official social media platforms, as well as the youth division, since they are supporting this project. They will be helping us, to spread the word, and as well, of course, the Ministry of Education, because we are targeting students. So we are working together with those two partners, government partners, to get this project out and going. In terms of the judging criteria, I recall you mentioned that you'd like to hear a bit about that.
Yep.
So I can just touch really quickly. The first one would be relevance to the theme and the task, creativity and uniqueness, some evidence of research, the overall aesthetic of the art piece. And of course, we came up with those criteria in collaboration with the art coordinator or the art officer at the Ministry of Education. So hence the reason why we are partnering with them. We've had some helpful feedback and support so far to put this whole competition together.
All right. So, well, Deborah, once again, thanks for the information I've shared this morning. Let's thank, of course, Ms. Wendy Freeman also. I want to thank you for chipping in. Any final, and you want to throw out any final bit of information you want to throw out before we take a wrap for today?
Just really want to go ahead, Wendy. I'll go after.
A big thank you for having us on the program today, just to encourage children between the ages of 12 and 16 to consider applying. We'll be seeing the flyer soon, which will be distributed through the schools by the Ministry of Education. So do encourage everyone to apply, and thank you so much for having us on the show today.
You're certainly welcome.
Yes, I just want to echo those sentiments, just to say thank you for having us. We're very pleased to be here to promote this activity, and we just wish for lots of participation throughout the Tri-Island state, Grenada and Carriacou. I know there aren't any secondary schools on Petite Martinique, but also want to encourage students both in Grenada and Carriacou to participate and to have the opportunity to win one of these wonderful prizes.
All right. Deborah, thank you once again, and have you, both you and Ms. Freeman, have yourself a great day, and certainly hope the participation, of course, for this particular competition from the youth per se is overwhelming, and it comes out to be a great of course, event. All right. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. All right. Hey, folks, that was a wonderful, of course, guest segment this morning there that we had, of course, Ms. Wendy Freeman and Mrs. Deborah Kojo. They were with us this morning. Hey, Gary, back with us this morning. We do have another guest. As I mentioned, it's going to be a pretty busy morning. Let's try to get our another guest inside before we try to get into the B-Day list and all the other good stuff we try to get, of course, coming in this morning. Yes, JC with the webcam this morning. We hope we could get that in time. There's some seem not to be on our side. We due for a short break, Gary. Let's take that break, and when we come back, let's take that break, and when we come back, we certainly going to be joining our next guest in terms of another interview. That's coming up. Stay with us here on Good Morning Grenada.
Yes.
Southern Electrical, you get the best value, quality products, and expert advice. We are the #1 supplier of residential, commercial, and industrial electrical products in Grenada. View our latest arrivals of wall lights for interior and exterior, beautiful chandeliers, pendants, solar motion lights, kitchen appliances such as crispy air fryer ovens, crepe makers, countertop grills, and more. Visit Southern Electrical at Dusty Highway, Grandin, St. George. We also ship to Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Call or telephone number 444-3042, WhatsApp 405-4993, or browse our website www.segrenada.com.
Ultratech gasoline and diesel, available only at Rubis stations.
Get ready for a season of Grooving Smooth and Live on GBN. Grooving Smooth and Live is a 1-hour performance gig.
Well, we're back here on K105 GBN TV and our social media platforms this morning. Those of you viewing around the world, good morning to you from the beautiful Spice Isle, Grenada. Hope all is well with you this morning. Hey, Gary, back with you, my brother. What's up with you this morning? What's up with you? What's up with you? Gary's a little bit taken up on his side of things this morning. It's G Squared, the number that you could be part of this. Of course, this segment is coming up. You could always call us at 435-2041, or you could also send us a WhatsApp via the same number, 435-2041. We're heading down to, of course, our second interview this morning. We're heading down to the folks down at Coyaba Beach Resort, and let me get my information before I run into trouble with this one this morning. Let me see, who am I going to be chatting with this morning? We should be having, of course, is it Desiree Sylvester? I'm right about that. We should be having a chat with her. Gary, are you with me this morning?
Yes. Getting ready for our friends over there at Coyaba Beach Resort. They are a proud sponsor of the Act of Love promotion right here on GBN.
Yes. What a lovely promotion that is. I've been seeing the nominees coming in a whole lot, and via the WhatsApp especially. I've been seeing a lot of folks, sending in nominees and saying so much good things about people who have been showing acts of love and kindness. And the folks at Coyaba, they're checking in with us this morning, and we're going to chit chat about that and all the other good stuff. They will be explaining to us that's happening down there at Coyaba. So let's go over and say good morning to that's Ms. Desiree Sylvester. Good morning. She's the assistant manager of operations down there. Let's go over to her and say good morning. Good morning to you, my dear. How are you?
Hi, good morning. It's Deirdre. I'm good, thank you.
Deirdre. Yes. Forgive me, I'm that bad with names.
That's all right. That's okay. I get that all the time.
I'm bad with names. How are you this morning?
I'm great, thanks.
All right.
Good morning to you.
All right. Well, we do have let me have a
call. Deirdre, so you can put our audio up.
All right. You should be hearing her now. Tell me if you're hearing her now. All right. You should be hearing her now. So, Gary, I'm going to let you, of course, take care of Deirdre for a wee bit. And, of course, let us know about, of course, the particular promotion they're partnering with us with the Adela promotion, and for the Valentine's promotion that is coming up also, and a lot of good stuff that is happening down there at Coyaba. Hey, Gary, you flew with her this morning for a wee bit. I had a lot to say a while ago. You go ahead.
Hey, Deirdre, how you doing?
Good morning, Gary. We're great. I'm good.
Wonderful. Great to see you here with us this morning. How is everything down there at Coyaba?
Everything is great. It's a beautiful morning, and it's lush and green and colorful down here. It's a pity I can't take you outside to see the gardens, the beauty of the gardens.
I'm eager to come on down there and experience this resort by myself.
By yourself, or you can bring someone with you. By yourself if you want complete relaxation, But we have Valentine's coming up, so take that special someone with you.
Oh, man. I think you've just pretty much introduced the topic of discussion here this morning. I mean, you guys have decided and have been graceful enough to partner with us with the act of love promotion that is happening. I want to thank you guys so very much for coming on board. But hey, Valentine's is right around the corner. What can you tell us? What's being planned down there at Coyaba?
All right. Well, we have a lot planned for you. We have dinner. First of all, we have dinner for two. Of course, you know, it's a special night, and we also have a saxophonist at dinner time. Dinner is only $400 EC per person and includes service and tax. And we also throw in a bottle of wine for you for dinner time. It's a premium menu, as I would have mentioned in another program. So for appetizer, we have shrimp and cream cheese ragoon. We also have a salad. So we have a variety for the people who love meat, seafood, and if you're vegetarian as well, there's also an option for you on the menu. And we have roasted squash as our soup. And we have a choice in main course. We have Caribbean-style lobster. We have lamb shank, beef, ribeye steak, blackened spiced fish, and we also have a vegetable lasagna. Of course, those items would have other accompaniments with them, and dessert. So it's a 4-course meal, premium meal for Valentine's evening. Of course, I'm not sure if you are familiar with the grounds. We set the mood with lovely lighting in our gardens, and of course the backdrop of the restaurant is the gardens and then Grandance Beach. So I don't think it can get more romantic than that. I'm sure that red and white theme
would be prominent.
Of course it will. And we also have our overnight package. And we do decorate your beds when you come in. In the overnight package is only $880 EC. We do have that rate from the 11th to the 15th, so that is available. Valentine's is a Monday, so we know that some people may not be able to spend the night on Monday because they have to go to work, so you can always do it on Saturday. And a premium menu will also be available. It won't be this identical one, but you do have options of premium items as well.
Hold on, let me just backtrack quickly here, Desiree. You said that if they aren't able to spend the night because work commences the very next day, they can push that forward to Saturday?
You can push it back. Yeah, you can push it back. So between the 11th and the 15th, we are running that special. Again, it's $880 EC. Of course, you have your room, and it includes dinner. We have check-in at 3 o'clock, and we do offer you a late checkout as well at 3. So checkout is normally at 12 noon, but we've extended that checkout time for you. So you can stay a little longer and enjoy the services. So that all-inclusive rate, it's an all-inclusive rate. You get dinner the night, and then you get breakfast and lunch the following day.
Nice. You guys heard that, right? You get dinner plus breakfast and lunch the following day. You're not going to be left hungry.
Not at all. And we have lots of food. Breakfast is buffet, and lunch will also be buffet. So we don't restrict you to what you can have once we have a buffet.
And what time that starts during the day? What time can I pack my stuff when I arrive on property?
You can pack your stuff tonight, and you can arrive at 3 o'clock. You can start packing when you go home.
Thank you for
so whichever day you decide to come, you can start packing and you can arrive at 3 o'clock.
Wow, that's good to know. All right. Now, I'm happy to hear that you guys have made efforts to include dinner, breakfast for vegetarians. So that is very important, and I want to thank you guys for that. Vegetarians like myself could find a home at Coyaba.
Oh, yes, you surely can. And of course, if there's something that you probably would like to have and you don't see it on the menu, you can always ask. We're always happy to meet your needs.
All right. Well, Desiree, there's very little more we can add to this, but I would like to thank you, and I'll give you the floor to just add anything that you might be missing out, because we are a bit strapped for time here this morning, and we have some more other programs to splice in this morning. So I'm going to give you the final words if there's anything you would like to highlight before we leave here this morning.
Just to let you know the other services that we do offer. We do have a conference room. I'm actually sitting in our conference room now. That's available for meetings. We have our day pass. a day pass, $450 per couple, $270 single person, and that's in EC dollars. And our day pass would come with a room. So you check in at 9 o'clock, you have breakfast, you have lunch, unlimited non-alcoholic drinks, and of course the use of the facility. And we also give you a voucher for 2 alcoholic drinks as well. Again, buffet lunch, buffet breakfast, so you can come, relax, have a good time. And again, we do also include the room with the day pass. In addition to that, we can do private dinners. We do private dinners, private beach dinners, private cabana dinners. If you're celebrating a birthday, whatever it is, birthday, anniversary, celebrating life, we are always here and happy to help you. We also have cocktail parties available. So we have a full array of services that we offer.
Desiree, thank you so very much.
And you can email us reservations with an S at the end, reservations at Coyaba.com.
Seem to be having a little connection issue there with Desiree a little bit.
You can call us on 444-4612. All right. Are you hearing me now?
I'm hearing
Desiree,
you.
go with that email address
You
again.
hearing me now?
Yes, we are. Go with the email address.
Reservations, that's with the S at the end, reservations at Coyaba.com, or you can call us on 444-4612 to make your reservations for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. Breakfast is only $60. Buffet, lunch is $95 EC. And of course, dinner is a la carte. On Thursday, every other Thursday, we do offer you an Indian buffet. And on Saturday night, we also have buffet, and we have steel band, New Dimensions on Saturday night.
All right.
Hey, Desiree, got my mouth watering. Can't wait me and my significant other to come down there for our Valentine's celebration. Thank you so very much. Indeed, you've painted a wonderful picture.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank
and we
you.
look forward to seeing you here.
Thank you also, Desiree. Have yourself a great day. And you never know, you may just be seeing me pop again. You never know.
All right. You just give Janelle your details. She'll forward it to me, and we'll see you.
I will certainly be doing that. Have a great day. Have a great
Thank
day.
you very much.
All the best. Hey,
Wonderful.
All right.
Thank you.
Get set for, of course, the Art of Love promotion, of course. And you know the folks down at...
Time is just too much of a party.
Yeah, man. The folks down at Coyaba, they are partnering with us here at GBN for this particular promotion. So those of you who have already sent in your nominees, and get ready. And Gary, I think it's actually, you have until the 10th of February, midnight, to send in the nominees, and the draw will be made on Friday the 11th for the Acts of Love promotion, and then on Friday the 11th we'll actually have that draw. I think Free Lovely and the persons will be in, should I say Free Lovely, but free
Thank
persons.
you very much. Yes, indeed. Y'all continue to send in.
All right.
Send in your nominations.
Yeah, sure. All right, folks, we're moving on. Gary, as we move on this morning, we didn't get a chance to throw out our riddle this morning for some reason. Pretty busy morning. We didn't get a chance to do that. And let's see if we can throw that riddle out this morning.
It's a simple one.
It's a simple one.
Of course, this morning's riddle is compliment Sleepy Diapers, all natural, all organic, for, of course, the total comfort of your baby. All right, Sleepy Diapers, always for better. The riddle this morning is... let me grab it here quickly for you. What starts with a T, ends with a T, and has T in it? Y'all think about it? Yeah. I would like to think this is a very easy one. Yeah. You guys should mash this one up this morning. All right, let's hear from all you smarty pants.
That is so easy. A baby could answer that one anyway.
I'm telling you.
What starts with a T, ends with a T, and has T in it? That's simple. I didn't even have to burst my brain to get into that one. Yeah. Anyway, we're moving on here this morning. It's K105 Hot 98. Good morning, Grenada. G squared. And the numbers, once again, if you want to pop in the answer for the riddle, or you want to send it via WhatsApp, the number is 435-2041. Hey, Gary, get us to the throwing our feature artists this morning. We just have roughly 10 minutes left on the show this morning. Then we have our Tune for Tune segment. Let's do V. Featured artists this morning. I guess Master Control would certainly take care of that on their end. And our featured artist this morning is Chaos and LEE. Yes, abbreviated LEE. Best Mars, and that's our feature artist this morning. And let's get that rolling. Let's see what's up with this one this morning on Good Morning Grenada. Our featured artist is next. Then we come back with our Tune for Tune segment. Let's get into the featured artist this morning right here on Good Morning Grenada.
job in the whole wide world. Grenada have the best mass by far. Grenada have the best job in the whole wide world. I say watch mass and watch bacchanal. Soca Gun International. Mass going around the globe. Soca not just for carnival. Watch mass and watch bacchanal. Soca Gun International. Mass going around the globe. Welcome to the carnival. And less bacchanal. Less carnival and less bacchanal. Less carnival and less bacchanal in here. Welcome to the carnival and less bacchanal. Best carnival and less bacchanal. Best carnival and less bacchanal in here. They call me the carnival master. Want to wind up and girl real faster. I'm causing a mass disaster. When I reach up in the mass gone global again. Job gone global again. Pan gone global again. Grenada have the best mass by far. Grenada have the best job in the whole wide world. Grenada have the best mass by far.
Mass by far. I'm loving that acoustic version of that particular song there this morning. Chaos and LED. Somehow I didn't remember that song for some reason or the other. And I mean, you caught me off guard. You caught me off guard with that one in particular. You know,
that's some young talents here this morning. Hey, big up yourselves, guys. And tell you what, these folks over there in Carriacou, those producers over there, the Expert Studios, man, I think they've put their hands on this production you see right there, and a number of similar ones like that, where they've taken popular artists through the carnival season with popular songs, and they've just done an acoustic rendition of that particular piece. So there you had it.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Hey, Gary, getting set for a Tune for Tune segment this morning here on Good Morning Grenada. We have the lineup of two lovely songs. I'm going to take care of them on my end, Gary. Don't worry about that. I'm going to take care of them on my end this morning. So let's get set for our Tune for Tune segment this morning. The first song that Gary have selected to play for on his side. And you have the option, folks, you, the viewing and listening public, to say which one you're feeling. Which one you're feeling.
Let's find out from you which song you're rolling with this morning.
So let's hit the first one. And it's done by Vaughn, and it's entitled Trouble in the Morning. Let's take a listen to this one.
Just Vaughn.
Partly but you juke in your phone like you're texting your boyfriend whole night. Isn't it with you he's supposed to be? They're fetting whole night, you over, you're stressing your life when there's only one you have to live. Don't really wanna intervene, but did you come here with your team? She said no, no, no. Tell me to go so I can leave if I don't intervene. She said no, no, no. That look like trouble in the morning when the niggas start to act up, when the music starts to pump up, and the girl ready to run my shit.
Gary, Trouble in the Morning. Huge song. Continues to, of course, get recognition with the song all over the world. Shout out to Vaughn once again, man. I understand he has an album coming out in a couple of weeks, man. I've been looking at
that. Do your thing, Vaughn. Do your thing. The sky's the limit, man.
Yeah. Hey, let's get set for a second featured song this morning here on a Good Morning Grenada Tune for Tune segment. And this is the song that I absolutely like today. You vote for which one you think you're feeling the most this morning. Let's take this one from Gary. I've been looking at him speaking the other day. And, he had a lot of health issues in the last year or so. And but he's looking good again. And he's hoping to come back with a bang. We're talking about Blacks out of Trinidad. And, I said Canadian roots is embedded somewhere the other. So let's listen up to this one by Blacks, a track entitled Girl Owner. And this song was actually, Gary, was written by Vaughn also. You understand?
You should know.
Vaughn has also written this song. Let's take a listen up to this one.
superhero like the Black Panther in Wakanda. Don't tell the next man Shamana. Take example from your father now. He never kill his
Gary, you know, I could go all morning listening to that song, but we're strapped for time this morning. We're strapped for time just about 2 minutes before we actually wrap the show up this morning. Yeah, girls don't have owners. No. Love that song. Love that song.
Guys.
Hey, tell us which one of the two songs you feel like the most. Gary, always also seeing lots of folks chipping in with the answer for the riddle. And, I'm looking at. Let me see how many folks has actually chipped in thus far. Let me see if I can check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 individuals via WhatsApp chipping in the answer for.
Let me guess. All getting it right, correct?
Everybody got it correct. It's a teapot. Yeah, and the actual answer to the riddle.
Starts with the letter T, ends with T, and it has T in it.
And
what do you know?
I told you it wasn't much of a headache for anyone this morning.
We gave it away this morning.
We gave it away, but it's all good. It's all good. Hey, didn't get in the birthday list this morning, so look out for the birthday list a little after 8 a.m. this morning. Those of you celebrating, our apology for not being able to get it in the actual Good Morning Grenada show this morning. Our apology.
So wait, now who win this morning in the tune for tune? I'm not hearing anyone. What's going on here?
Well, I ain't seen nobody vote on it as yet. I ain't seen nobody vote.
Like folks the tune is not just for your listening pleasure, you know. We actually got a lot of egos at work here playing those songs this morning, so we want to find out from you which of the two songs you are picking this morning is a tune for tune clash, family.
Yes. You could always call us. Well, I'm seeing someone hitting the Vaughn, double dose of the Vaughn, Gary. So you ahead with the Vaughn already. And
right.
Yes, double dose in terms of WhatsApp. And folks hitting it for the Vaughn. Not seeing anyone calling yet pertaining to give their take on which one of the two.
Yeah, I think we might have caught folks sleeping this morning, just lost with the melodic structure of the songs. You know what I'm saying?
They were dancing away, and someone who probably at their workplace bopping their head just a little bit, and they're watching the boss also while they're doing it. They're supposed to be doing their thing, but listening.
Listen while you work.
Yeah, listening while they work. So we understand. But so a double dose for you, Gary. A triple dose now. I know. I think so I actually have just gotten one. Trouble in the morning. Second time again. So hey, we on a tie for now.
Is that so?
Yeah. 2 for you.
All these votes are coming in via WhatsApp. Nothing coming over the phone line. Come on now.
I'm not seeing anyone calling us yet, or maybe I have missed it. No one is calling us yet, and someone is still asking what's the answer to the riddle. It's a teapot, bro. It's a teapot. Yes, starts with T, ends with T, and has T in it. So it's a teapot. So if you missed it, that's the answer there. So Gary, just a tie.
Simple, easy giveaway with riddle this morning.
Well, we're moving down to straight up 8 a.m. So, Gary, I'm seeing Trouble in the Morning. Get another one there, so you're ahead of me. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to walk away with a victory here this morning, then. Hey, that's all the time we've got inside of Good Morning Grenada for today. We are continuing with, of course, the Morning Heat on Hot 98 with yours truly, Gary, Mr. Smooth. So, we're looking forward to have you guys joining me on the Hot 98 side.
Hey, that's where I wrap also from the K105, being part of Good Morning Grenada via GBN TV and our social media platforms. Have yourself a great day. BBC News is next here on the K105. Have yourself a lovely day, folks. We out of here.
Has consistently